I shouldn't be drinking these, but I am. It is what it is. That's what I'm going to tell my doctor. So, might have hurt some feelings in my last video. Guys take your shit way too seriously. If you want to run a serious campaign, then run a serious campaign. But that should be really lined out in the Session 0. I run beer and pretzels with serious undertones. My guys don't take anything seriously. We clowning. So, I was debating if I should go in and talk about modules and stuff. There's so many people who do these overviews, and I think if we do too many of them, we're going to take away the mystery. Some players will run across it, and it's hard to just take that stuff out of your head and not pay attention to it. I am probably going to deep dive on items, because there are some items I just don't allow in my campaign. They put things on easy mode. I don't allow magic item shops. That whole concept makes me want to vomit. It came around with 3E. Maybe started stirring in 2E with certain settings where magic was made more and more common, and it took away the mystery of it or the power of it, and you know, it just became like a video game. Video gameism is what a friend of mine calls stuff. Video gameism, the vidya taint. I've voiced my opinions on how that affects players being able to interact with the game based on their basic interactions and media they consumed being first introduced to fantasy. Right? Most of us is fiction, books. Millennials on, it is video games. That's why they have a hard time with just, what do you want to do? What do you want to try? They want to have defined drop-down menu approach to the game, which sucks. But it is what it is. We can make it work. We can slowly open those people up. But I'm thinking about doing some deep dives on some items. Our campaign is getting ready to upsell because we got Dwarf the Dwarven Thrower, which means his now base damage is 2d6 with a one-handed weapon, and 3d6 versus giants, Etons, ogres, trolls, which is where the good XP is. So it's going to be a noticeable jump. That's a 3rd level fighter with that. Just got his first +1 base attack bonus in Dragon Slayer. So we'll see how that all rolls out. I hit 100 subscribers. That was my goal for the summer, actually. I wanted to hit 100 by the end of the summer. I hit it 3 days after summer ended, I think, something like that. So, for all you guys who subbed up and follow the rantings of this old crazy grognard, thanks, thumbs up, appreciate it. What other gaming stuff? Not playing in my game tonight. I might do a pickup game or an extra session for mine, but my guys don't really. We're all on schedules. You get to a certain line, you can't be super flexible and just dive into stuff anymore. So a day early for my Thursday game is out of question. Seeing if my other guys would be interested in doing a quick game this evening is super short notice. I'm not a short notice kind of guy, so I'm probably going to skip on that. I discovered I'm missing several books. I saw Shadow and Sun put out their October reading challenge. I've been wanting to read more. It's kill me anymore. Dracula. I've read it several times. I haven't read it, and in October, I typically make time to read gothic fiction, gothic horror, or horror book, or some horror comedy. I'm a sucker for horror comedy, and yeah, I think I'm gonna read Dracula. My copy is missing, which is really infuriating. I had all the classic horror. I don't know where it fucking went. So I was doing some search. Evidently Walmart's got a pretty looking hardback on clearance. I might go pick that up. Nice hardback for my shelf. And I haven't read that book in a long time. I found several copies of Frankenstein, but no copy of Dracula. We are going to remedy that. I have a whole shelf dedicated to vampire and horror, so It should be on that shelf. Did I look at that shelf? I looked at the wrong shelf. Okay, we're going to double check before we go buy another book. Maybe we'll buy another fancy book anyway because it's pretty. For all the Dragon Slayer people out there, Greg Gillespie's doing a meme contest for October in the Dragon Slayer RPG group on Facebook. I make memes all year round, so you scrubs get out there and make some freaking memes. Bonus, I guess, if it's Halloween themed. If you're into Dragon Slayer and you're in that group or his RPG group, jump into it. More memes. I love memery. Memery menagerie. Everybody should make more memes. This life is too horrifying to be taken seriously, so let's lighten it up with some mockery, satire, and everything else. This is a quick update. I'm going to talk about magic items here coming up because there's some magic items that I'm just dead set against, and some that I'm like, like perfect example. We found a +2 dwarven thrower in my adventure, not on my adventure, but we're running through Highfield in my group, my campaign, and they grabbed it, and I was like, man, it was +2 in Labyrinth Lord. This wasn't really redone for Dragon Slayer, so I just defaulted it to the Dragon Slayer stats, which is a +3 weapon and with the better damage. So yeah, and then I cobbled armor from the armor chart. There's no armor chart determining what race the armor is suited for in Dragon Slayer, so I just copied it right out of AD&D. 65% of all armor is made for a human, and then on up. And the short end of the stick, pun intended, gnomes and halflings, only 5%. So get used to having shitty AC. But yeah, copy that chart. Actually, I'm going to do a quick video on that this evening. Oh, I think that caffeine shit is kicking in. I'm not supposed to drink energy drinks because I got a heart condition. But I'm trying this, and it's delicious. But more to follow later. You all game well, game often. Have a great day.